end of the machine recount in Florida.
But the court fights aren't over. CNN's Ryan Nobles is live in Tallahassee for us tonight. And Ryan, you've been covering the hearings in the Capitol all day. Explain to us what the signature match ruling means going forward.
Well, essentially what it means is that there's a small pool of votes that the Nelson campaign is hoping could close the gap between he and Rick Scott. And the judge today ruled that there is a defined number of folks whose signature mismatch might have had a problem that will then get an extension to come in and cure their ballots. They can go to their local supervisor of election, prove that they're the ones that did sign that ballot, and then that ballot would be counted. But the important thing to keep in mind, Elliot and Rita Bay, is that this is not a very large pool of votes. At the very most, the judge thought it could be around 5,000 votes. And he also said it was only people who did not necessarily have enough time to meet the initial deadline when they were informed that there was a problem that would even be eligible to seek this type of relief. In addition to that, this case has already been appealed to the 11th Circuit. So in the grand scheme of things, this probably is not going to have that big of an impact as to who the next United States Senator from Florida will be. And after today's machine recount, it appears that Rick Scott's actually extended his lead over Bill Nelson. The Secretary of State here behind me just in the last few minutes officially ordering that we're going to go to a hand recount because it remains within 0.25%. And now the real intense counting will begin over the next several weeks.
Well, Ryan, hand recount will happen, as you mentioned, in the Senate race and also the Florida Agriculture Commissioner race. How likely do you think it is that that deadline gets extended?
At this point, it doesn't look like it's going to get extended, Elliot, and that's because Judge Mark Walker, who heard the case, the initial case that was filed by the Nelson campaign, issued a ruling today saying that Florida law is pretty strict in this regard. You know, these were laws that were rewritten after the 2000 recount. And it gives supervisors of election a finite deadline in which they have to be done in time. And of course, we know that that was a big problem in Palm Beach. Palm Beach did not get done in time. He ruled that he would not extend the recount. Now, the Nelson campaign has filed a late lawsuit in state court. It's actually in a district court here in Leon County, specifically against Palm Beach County, with the hope that they can get some relief from the state court to extend that count in Palm Beach County. But it doesn't seem likely at this point. And I think, Elliot, it's also important to keep in mind that extending the recount doesn't necessarily improve the odds for Bill Nelson. This is a 12,000 vote margin between he and Rick Scott. And in the history of American politics, there has never been a recount that has switched that dramatically from the results we saw on election night through the end of the recount process. So I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it is a long shot at best for Nelson and the Democrats right now.
All right, Ryan Nobles live in Tallahassee for us. Thank you very much.
Ryan, thank you.